Watch your back, Crawford. Watch your back. Yeah. That's what it is. I don't care what anybody say. The cops send a message. This our city. You might got the key, but I got the handcuffs. That's what that was. Yeah.
Picture this moment. Thousands of people pack the streets, their cheers echoing loudly through downtown Omaha. They have gathered for Terence "Bud" Crawford, the pride of their city.
Una esposa con la otra, la colonia que me arropa me quito amistades, pero así es puro para adelante, y la cosa está que arde, y aquí no perdón.
He had just achieved what many thought could never be done and now held the title of undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. A parade was arranged in his honor. He was handed the key to the city and praised as a true icon of excellence. At that moment, he stood on top of everything like the ruler of his own world. Yet only a few hours later, that very champion was forced out of his car at gunpoint with his hands raised, seen not as a local legend but as a threat.
Stepping out. Seatbelt.
You don't step out.
I'm opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening the
off
door.
me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro.
Step out.
Can I move my?
Step out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All that serious? You actually gun is all that necessary? You serious? This one, yeah, dude. You serious? Not that deep.
The celebration in Omaha was not just about another win, it was about honoring a once-in-a-lifetime milestone that pushed Terence Crawford to the very top of boxing history. Only weeks earlier, he had delivered an outstanding performance in Las Vegas against the dangerous Saul Canelo Alvarez, and his triumph gave him far more than a belt. He became the first male fighter in the modern four-belt era to claim undisputed titles in 3 separate weight divisions. That feat confirmed his place among the greatest pound-for-pound boxers ever. He was more than a title holder, he was a living legend walking through the streets of his own city. In the weeks leading up to the parade, the love from Omaha was clear everywhere as he reflected the toughness and pride of the community, and people welcomed him warmly at every step. He was even given the honor of leading the Nebraska Cornhuskers football onto the field at a recent game, a powerful sign of his place as Nebraska's cherished hometown hero.
After Omaha celebrated hometown boxing champ Bud Crawford's accomplishments with a parade, he's pulled over by Omaha police, setting off a firestorm on social media.
He was not only a sports star, he stood as a deep source of pride for the community and a person who represented the peak of success. Terence Crawford has always shown strong loyalty to his city, which made what happened only hours later so shocking and felt like a painful betrayal by the very community he proudly stood for.
Today is Bud Crawford's birthday. He turned 38. What happened at the traffic stop early this morning in downtown Omaha is now the subject of an internal investigation at the police department.
We'll hear from Crawford's security guard who was in the vehicle in a moment, plus reaction from the mayor. First, a breakdown of what police say took place this morning. Around 1:30 this morning, Omaha police say they spotted a vehicle driving recklessly near 12th and Capitol. This is near the Steel House where Crawford's after party was being held, which was attended by many, including Mayor Ewing. A traffic stop was conducted on Cass Street, a couple blocks to the north of there. Officers say they ordered everyone out of the vehicle for their safety when they saw a gun on the driver's floorboard. And only after that did they say they identified Bud Crawford by looking at his driver's license.
Based on the official police report, the situation started just before 1:30 and when officers on patrol said they spotted a car being driven in a risky way. They pulled it over, and while walking up to the vehicle, one officer saw a gun on the floor near the driver's seat. Within seconds, the tension rose, and out of concern for safety, the officers drew their weapons and ordered all 4 people inside, including Terence Crawford, to step out. Footage that quickly spread across social media showed the intense scene as the top pound-for-pound boxer in the world stood with his hands raised, treated like a serious criminal in his own city. He was later given a citation for careless driving and allowed to leave. On the surface, it appeared to be a serious but routine stop until another boxing great, former world champion Timothy Bradley Jr. spoke out with a surprising claim.
Storm Bradley, you already know the rest. And I'm here to talk about that Terence Crawford incident, man. Dang. I swear, man, like, when things are going too damn good, man, something always gotta ruin it, man. You know, it's like it's like back in the days when, you know, I used to sip on that syrup, bro, and we've all been there. And then somebody just bring down your high. That's how that was. I mean, Terence Crawford, he on the highest cloud, bro. In his city, let him know. Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops sent a message.
Timothy Bradley Jr., known for his sharp insight as an analyst, immediately questioned the official version of events. He insisted the issue was not reckless driving or officer safety, but a deliberate message aimed at the city's biggest star. He expressed his view boldly, using some of the most alarming words possible.
I don't care what anybody say. The cops sent a message. This our city. You might got the key, but I got the handcuffs. You ain't got no city unless you got the police. Don't ever forget that. You gotta have the law enforcement on your side, man. They gotta be looking out for you. For the good, not for the bad, for the good.
He argued that the whole traffic stop was carried out with a clear purpose: to assert control over Terence Crawford and remind him who really holds the power in Omaha.
Terence Crawford is so revered now, right? Because he's the best boxer in the world. And they can't beat him inside the ring. But what they can do is show him his place outside the ring. That's what this was, okay? Yes, they knew who he was. That's the point. Y'all keep saying, man, they knew who he was. Yes, they knew who he was. That's the point.
This was neither a mistake nor a mix-up. It was a planned act meant to humiliate Terence Crawford and bring down a hero just as he had reached the peak of his glory.
You can't tell me you did not understand who this man was or know who this man was on the day that the city was shut down for this man, Terence Crawford. And it's his birthday, the same day that this man is being handed the keys to the city. And then to pull him out of the car and then handcuff him?
This cop did it. Come on, dude. Not knowing who he is, this cop's trying to become famous, bro. That's crazy.
Even the mayor had to publicly write a letter of apology. He's pulled over, which is perfectly normal. At no point did this man get belligerent. Why was this man pulled out of his car and handcuffed?
I think he knew. Like, he did that to get famous. Like, he did that to get attention.
I understand there was a gun in the car. He did notify him of that. But why was he pulled out of the car?
Certain cops have like a different style, bro. They get that ego stroke, feeling that power.
But why would officers from his own hometown try to humiliate him? Timothy Bradley Jr. said the reason came from one of the oldest and most destructive human emotions.
Terence Crawford, it don't matter what you do for your city, man. Bruh, I'm letting you know right now, man. With this incident right here, they waiting on you to do something bad. This dude right here, he was trying to jack you. He was trying to catch you slipping. That's all it was. Seeing you on TV, displayed all on TV, parade shut down and stuff. He gotta be, you know, securing certain points and stuff like that. He mad to see you be as big as you.
He explained that the officers felt pure anger as they saw Terence Crawford celebrated in his victory parade with the whole city coming to honor him. To them, he had become bigger than both themselves and the system they served. Bradley put it simply:
ain't no way around it, jealousy and envy. Oh yeah, it runs deep through people. Yeah, it do. Yeah. And this young gun or whoever the hell he is, and I hope so, hey, I hope he be reprimanded, man. Put you in handcuffs in your city. Bruh, in your city in handcuffs. But this is the reality we live in, people. This is the reality we live in, man. You can be doing everything right, man. There's always somebody trying to bring you.
It's a troubling claim that the very people meant to protect the public were driven by a personal urge to take down a hometown hero whose success shone too brightly. They seemed to wait for him to slip up, and when he didn't, they created a scenario to make it look that way. The official police report said officers saw a gun on the driver's side floorboard and drew their weapons. But Kassim Chavez, who was in the car, completely denies this. Chavez explained that Crawford had already told the officers he didn't have his license or registration with him and had left everything at home, suggesting he never reached for anything at all.
Be a man who can receive his second key to the city and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that. Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives. Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Chavez says the tension rose when Terence Crawford, legally allowed to carry a firearm, calmly stated, "I have a gun, too." Rather than seeing an actual weapon, the officer on Crawford's side reportedly overreacted, losing control and forcing everyone out of the car at gunpoint even though no gun was visible on the floorboard.
Soon as he said he had a firearm, the police officer that was on his side became unhinged. I literally have my hands on top of the ceiling and the inside of the vehicle. He never see a firearm anywhere. They didn't even see the firearm on me because of the way I was positioned in the vehicle. There was no reason to have drawn guns on us. And no matter how prepared you are, no matter how calm you are, if you run into a rogue police officer who wants to escalate,
the intensity of the situation was heightened by Crawford's calm but alarming declaration. His lawyers also questioned both the police's reasoning and the original reason for the stop. While officers claimed reckless driving, they admitted they had no radar to measure speed, casting doubt on the justification for pulling the car over. This suggests the whole encounter may have been staged, showing a troubling picture in which the police seemed more focused on asserting control over a hometown hero than enforcing real traffic laws, inventing excuses where none existed. Timothy Bradley Jr. shared a striking story from his own past to highlight how differently things could have gone. Years before he was famous but still a well-known local boxer, Bradley went out late one night after leaving a club. He admitted he was drunk and reckless, revving his sports car, doing donuts in the street, and generally driving dangerously. At one point, he blew his car's clutch and had to stop. Soon after, police lights appeared in his rearview mirror. He was clearly in serious trouble. But what happened next was unexpected. One of the officers recognized him, knew his family, and understood the positive role he played in the community. Instead of arresting him for multiple clear offenses, the officers simply asked, "Hey, do you need a ride home?" In Palm Springs, the police looked out for him.
I thought in that moment first, I said, you know what, I better tell the truth. I said, hey man, I saw some honeys. Let them know, I'm out here wilding out. It's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I was wilding a little bit out here, man. I blew my clutch. Oh, okay. All right. You need a ride home? Cops say that to me. How you gonna get on? I'm like, thinking to myself like, really? Damn. He know I'm drunk. He can smell it on my breath. I see him coming up close to me. I'm trying to bag up. I'm roasted. I was just driving the whip. I'm intoxicated. He could take me in right now. No, he didn't. He looked out for your boy. Kept my image intact. Yeah. Law enforcement, Palm Springs PD, looked out for your boy.
The officers saw a hometown hero, and even though he made a foolish mistake, they chose to protect his reputation instead of ruining it. They gave him a break. This stark difference reveals the real story. Bradley, drunk and driving recklessly, was treated with care. Crawford, cited for reckless driving while carrying a perfectly legal gun, was treated like a dangerous criminal. The reasoning for the guns drawn stop hinged on one claim. An officer saw a firearm in Crawford's car. But that's where the official account falls apart. As Bradley emphasized, Nebraska is a constitutional carry state, meaning it is fully legal to have a firearm in your vehicle.
This ain't right, man. And this shouldn't happen. And I hope something happened to that officer, man, that put you in handcuffs, bro, because if you know anything about the state of Nebraska, you have the right to carry. You do. Even in your vehicle. Yeah. And so when they do these routine stops or whatever, tail light out or whatever, they pulling people out the car like that, putting them in handcuffs because they got a pistol on them, which is legal in the state. That's what they doing with everybody? I highly damn doubt that.
In truth, the police eventually confirmed that Crawford and his security team were all legally allowed to carry firearms. This brings up the key question, revealing the incident for what it likely was. Are Omaha officers forcing every person they stop with a lawful gun out of their car at gunpoint? The answer is almost certainly no. This was not standard procedure. It appears to have been a tactic aimed specifically at Terence Crawford, turning a legal right into a reason for aggressive and humiliating treatment. It suggests he was targeted not for what he did, but for who he is. The shocking incident, involving a beloved hometown figure, could not be ignored. The video went viral and public outrage pushed city leaders to respond. John Ewing issued a statement saying his heart sank when he learned how Crawford's joyful day ended. He added that he had spoken personally with the boxing champion and recognized the seriousness of the situation, acknowledging that it damaged trust between the community and law enforcement.
I was briefed this morning and my heart sank, to be quite honest. So I was heartbroken that something that was so good would then have an issue that would potentially have people concerned about police-community relations. Most important thing I think that Bud and I talked about is that we would have a thorough investigation and that we would be completely transparent in that investigation.
I was briefed this morning and my heart sank, said John Ewing. Honestly, I was heartbroken that something so positive could end in an issue that might raise concerns about police-community relations. The most important thing Bud and I agreed on was to have a full investigation and to be completely transparent about it. The police quickly launched a thorough internal review and promised openness. The fact that city leaders had to step in and initiate a formal inquiry shows this was far from a routine traffic stop. It was an event that shook Omaha and exposed a deep tension between law enforcement and the people they are meant to protect. With an official investigation underway and the city on edge, Terence Crawford faced the betrayal. He had conquered every opponent in the ring-climbing weight classes to become a legend. Yet his toughest challenge came not under the bright lights of Las Vegas, but on a quiet street in the place he should have felt safest. Timothy Bradley Jr. offered a stark warning to his fellow champion. Keep an eye on your back. Keep an eye on your back. It's a chilling reminder that for some heroes, the most dangerous battles are not for titles, but for basic respect in their own hometown against unexpected threats. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments.